Andrew, Newcastle, New South Wales, Australia, witnessed a UFO flying over him at around 9:45 p.m. on April the 23rd, 2017. Here is a report from Andrew. 私が息子を家に置いて、ちょうど私の車から私が出る時のことでした。私の車から2、3メートルのところにある家まで歩いていました。夜空がとてもきれいだったのに気がつきました。それは例外的にきれいな空でした。私はいつもの時よりも一体いくつの星が見えるのかと考えていました。私は中国での6週間の休暇を終えて帰ってきたばかりでした。そしてあなたたちはこんな夜空を見たことはないだろうなと考えていました。そんな星空を眺めていると、私の隣人の家の上の方を何かが動いているのに気がつきました。最初、空の一部が動いているかのように見えました。それはその後ろの星を黒く塗りつぶすような大変広い面積のものでした。そしてそれは私の視線と夜空の間を通り抜けていったのです。私はすぐにそこに見えるものを合理化しようとしました。多分その瞬間は2、3秒のことだったと思います。鳥なのかと。しかしそんな大きな鳥は翼竜しかいません。で、ありえないと。次に夜中にグライダーかなと思いました。飛行機と叫ぼうとしましたが、私は驚き声が出ませんでした。それは真っ黒でした。これ以上黒いものはないと思えるほどの黒でした。先頭の端に8個くらいの薄明るいライトがついていました。それはブーメラン型のようでしたが、それほど曲がっていなく、中央に胴体のない飛行機の翼だけのように見えました。それが全く無音で、飛ぶというよりは滑るように滑空していきました。それは地上から20メートルほどの高さを飛んでいましたので、大きさは幅10から12メートルくらいではなかったかと思います。その次の日からそれについて考えていましたが、何にしろ真っ暗であったこともあり、距離が分かりませんでした。が、例えば飛行機が飛ぶ数百フィートの高さであるなら、それはジャンボジェットあるいはそれ以上に大きかったということになります。が、そうだとするなら全く無音であったため、さらに驚くべきことということになります。で、私は家の中にいたもう一人の息子を呼ぶために振り返りました。私が家を出た時にはドアは開いていて、網戸だけが閉まっていましたが、私が外へ出ている間にドアは閉まっていました。私は息子には声は聞こえないだろうと思い、叫びませんでした。で、その後すぐにその UFO を見ました。それは南の方向にやがて視界から消えるように飛んでいくところでした。そのことを思い出すたびに、私がそれを見たのは20秒から30秒くらいのことだったと思います。それを見たことで私は大変驚き、当惑しましたが、私はそれが与えられた特権のように感じ、幸運に思いました。なぜかは説明できませんが、ともかくも幸運だったと感じたのです。 それはとても安らいだもので、全く怖くありませんでした。私は昼も夜も数えきれないほどの飛行機やヘリコプターを見てきましたが、その夜見たものは 100% そのどちらでもありませんでした。以上ですが、あなたに伝える情報としては、これで十分お役に立てたのではないかと願っています。興味を持ってくださり、ありがとうございました。ケーグ・アンドリュー。Jimmy Carter once said on October in 1969 as follows: It was the darndest thing I ever seen. It was big, it was very bright, it changed colors, and it was about the size of the moon. Hiroshi Hayashi, Hamama City, Japan。 1969年10月のジョージア州レアリーでの UFO 目撃についてインタビューに答えて、元アメリカ大統領のジミー・カーターは次のように答えている。それは私が見た中でも最も不愉快なものだった。それは大きくて明るかった。色を変えた。月ほどの大きさがあった。ジョージアの空を南西に横切っていくとき、それは赤と緑の輝く球体が光を放射していた。私たちは10分ほどそれを見つめていたが、私たちの誰もそれが何だかわからなかったが、一つだけ確かなことがある。私は空に UFO を見たことがあるという人がいても、決してからかったりはしないだろうということだ。宇宙飛行士のスコット・カーペンターも次のように述べています。今まで宇宙飛行士が宇宙にいたとき、宇宙飛行士が一人でいたことは一度もなかった。いつも UFO の監視下にあった。宇宙飛行士のスコット・カーペンターは1962年の5月24日、軌道上にいるとき UFO を写真に収めている。NASA は未だにその時の写真を公表していない。カナダの前防衛大臣のヘルヤー氏は、4種類のエイリアンが活発に地球を訪問しているのを知っていると証言した。ベルギーの空軍将軍副長官のウィルフレッド・デ・ブラウアーは次のように語っている。かなりの数の異常な現象がベルギーの空域で起きているという結論に空軍は達している。地上からの多くの証言とその後の追加証言によれば、1990年の3月30日から31日にかけての夜にかなりの数の未確認物体の空中行為が起きたという仮説に直面することになった。今のところ攻撃的な姿勢は全く見られていないし、人々を不安にさせたり交通機関に影響が出るということはない。そのためこうした推定されるエイリアンの行動が直接的な脅威になるとは考えていない。それがどこからやってきたかについて技術的な探査手段によって確実に観察される日は疑いなくやってくるだろう。これが長い間 ミステリーを覆っていたベールの一部を開くことになる。つまり今日まで続いているミステリーをである。しかしそれが存在し、それが現実であるということ、それ自体が重要な結論ということになる。1947年ロズウェルでの経験に関してウォルター・ホントは次のように述べている。1947年当時、ロズウェル陸軍航空隊広報部所属だったウォルター・ホント中尉は、ロズウェルでの UFO 墜落事件について次のような宣誓供述書を自分の死後に開封するようにと残していた。ホントは2005年の12月に死亡したが、その文書は2007年の6月に公開された。彼はウィリアム・ブランシャード大佐、ロジャー・ランメイ将軍及び第8陸軍司令官などの高官に会ったことの話のほか、UFO を見たこと、エイリアンの死体を格納した容器を見たことを供述している。CIA の心理作戦の創設者メンバー兼 NATO のアドバイザー、ジョセフ・ J・ ブライアン大佐は次のように述べている。これらの UFO は有人・無人コントロール、あるいはその両方の地球を観察するための組織的な宇宙航行装置である。UFO の目撃例を含め、情報は未だに公式には未公開のままとされている。CIA の上級ディレクターの特別補佐官であるビクター・マッケイティは次のように述べている。CIA は UFO 現象をどう捉えているかについて、私たちは事実としてエイリアンとコンタクトを取ってきたし、訪問さえ受けている。で、アメリカ政府は他の地球上の国家中枢部と話し合いをし、外惑星人、つまりエイリアンの情報は一般から遠ざけるように決定している。
Hello, this is Hiroshi Hayashi, Hamama City, Japan. In this video, I would like to explain that aliens or extraterrestrial beings have been with us on this planet, and we are not alone on this Earth. This is a story about it in Japanese. 皆さんこんにちは。今日はこの地球にはですね、エイリアンがずっと、私たち人間と共にいるという証拠を皆さんにお話したいと思います。1947年、私も1947年生まれですけども、私が生まれる2ヶ月ほど前ですかね、3ヶ月ですかね、アメリカのロズウェルというところにですね、UFO が墜落いたしました。ここがロズウェルです。今でも UFO の街、今ではですね、UFO の街ということになっております。ここの墜落した UFO がですね、本物か偽物かということですけどもですね、長い間秘密だったんですけども、だんだんですね、外に情報が漏洩するようになりました。これがその当時の新聞ですね。RAF Captured Flying Saucer。この写真もリークアウトされた写真だと言われております。この写真はちょっと信憑性がかけます。しかしこのエイリアングレーはですね、写真の雰囲気からしてですね、証言とも一致するということでですね、非常に信憑性の高いというか、本物だと見て間違いないと思います。私このグレーの指を何本あるか知りたかったんですけども、足の指は非常に分かりやすいんですけども、手の指が分かりませんね。ロズウェルに陳列してある人形によれば6本ですけども、この今の写真見ると6本かと言われてもおかしくないですね。指が長くて曲がってますから、ちょっと数えにくい1、2、3、4、5、6本まで数えられます。これがグレーの顔ですね。死体です。で、この写真もグレーだと思います。人形で作られたのも多いですけども、これも証言と一致するんですね。で、今日、なんて言いますか、元 CIA メンバーで、もう 今年の3月、2013年の3月に、インタビューに答えられた元 CIA のメンバー、その当時の責任者のね、証言がこの後に出てきますけども、その方の証言も大変ショッキングでした。いわゆるなんて言いますか、私も老人組に入りましたけども、死ぬ間際にですね、嘘をつくということはありえませんね。ありえないということは、自分のなんて言いますか、人生観と照らし合わせても、そういうことはありえませんね。では、元 CIA メンバーでエリア51を出入りし、その報告をアイゼンハワー大統領、それから、
partial interview with him. So what did this gray alien look like? Could you describe him a little bit? This one looked a little bit oriental. So I'm just wondering if it looked almost human, what about this didn't look human? No, it didn't look human as far as the skin tone and basically the shape of it and the size. How was its head size compared with a normal human, for example? Brain was kind of a little bit bigger. Mm-hmm. And some of the nose was very, very small. And the ears were just like holes. Mouth was very small. Now, why were they bringing you out here at all, anyway, to see an alien? What was the point? To go back and tell the president they actually had one. So he did not know at this point if there was an alien at S4? No. What did you do then at Area? Were you done, or did you have other things to do at S4? So basically we were kind of
savoir que ceux qui nous observent de loin sont inquiets. J'ai vu et entendu et écouté plusieurs des dirigeants d'autres planètes. Ils sont très inquiets parce qu'ils s'interrogent sur la voie que l'Union européenne va poursuivre. Et donc il faut rassurer et les Européens et ceux qui nous observent de plus loin.
Der Brexit besorgt und verwirrt Europa. So sehr, dass EU-Kommissionspräsident Jean-Claude Juncker im EU-Parlament einige sehr merkwürdige Sätze sagte. Die sorgen jetzt für Aufsehen. Auf Französisch klingen sie so.
Il faut savoir que ceux qui nous observent de loin sont inquiets. J'ai vu et entendu et écouté plusieurs des dirigeants d'autres planètes. Ils sont très inquiets parce qu'ils s'interrogent sur la voie que l'Union européenne va poursuivre. Et donc il faut rassurer et les Européens et ceux qui nous observent de plus loin.
Übersetzt sagt Juncker hier: Sie müssen wissen, dass jene, die uns von weitem beobachten, beunruhigt sind. Ich habe gesehen und gehört, dass Führer anderer Planeten beunruhigt sind, weil sie sich dafür interessieren, welchen Weg die Europäische Union künftig einschlagen wird. Und deshalb sollten wir die Europäer und jene, die uns von außen beobachten, beruhigen. Kurios: Im offiziellen Transkript der Rede fehlt genau die Stelle, an der Juncker von den Führern anderer Planeten redet. Französische Medien spekulieren nun, dass Juncker sich schlicht versprochen habe und die anderen Führer unseres Planeten meinte. Denn dass der EU-Kommissionspräsident an Außerirdische glaubt und das auch noch offiziell sagt, diese Geschichte scheint selbst in Brexit-Zeiten doch unglaubwürdig.
Speech by President Jean-Claude Juncker to the plenary session of the European Parliament on the result of the referendums in the United Kingdom, Brussels, 28 June 2016. Translated from French and German. Mr. President, Madam Chair of the Council, honorable members, Mr. President, the Parliament is about to discuss the future of Europe and place the United Kingdom with Europe and the European Union. I had a lot of meetings this morning, but I decided to come to European Parliament because I believe that today, right now, my place is here at the heart of democracy. Our British friends have spoken by universal suffrage. The expression of will and political majority has to be respected by all. Democracy is democracy, and we must respect British democracy, and we view that has been expressed. The choice of the British people must be respected. European expression there was and consequences there are. So I am asking for clarification, not immediately, because the British system is more complicated than one might think. But as soon as possible, there was a vote. Now there is hesitation. Lord Head, my friend, my brother, has drawn to his conclusions. He is a true Democrat. I would like to others to draw the conclusion of the expression of the British people well. I will read and heard the President of the parliamentary groups with a few expressions have responded with the emotion to the result of the British referendum. Indeed, Europe is more than just a matter of the head. Yes, we must remain rational. But when we are sad, we should be allowed to say so much. I'm saddened by British vote and make no secret of it. This isn't sentimentality. It is my profound conviction. I would have liked the United Kingdom to stay forever by our side. With us, it has decided otherwise. We must accept the consequences. The Prime Minister, whom I will be seeing later this morning, remains.
Savoir que ceux qui nous observent de loin sont inquiets. J'ai vu et entendu et écouté plusieurs des dirigeants d'autres planètes qui sont très inquiets parce qu'ils s'interrogent sur la voie que l'Union européenne va poursuivre. Et donc il faut rassurer et les Européens et ceux qui nous observent de plus loin.
Hello, this is Hiroshi Hayashi, Hamama City, Japan. This is a sort of a interview program of Home Pope Hilaire, the former Prime Minister of Defense and Force in Canada. And he said, alien life forms present among us. This is a story about it with my translation. Thank you very much.
It's great to have you with us on our show. Why do you say that UFOs are as real as the airplanes flying over our heads?
Well, because I know that they are. They've been, as a matter of fact, they've been visiting our planet for thousands of years. And one of the cases that would interest you most, if you give me 2 or 3 minutes to answer, is during the Cold War, 1961, there were about 50 UFOs in formation flying south from Russia to across Europe, and the Supreme Allied Commander was very concerned and about ready to press the panic button when they turned around and went back over the North Pole. They decided to do an investigation, and they investigated for 3 years, and they decided that with absolute certainty that 4 different species at least, had been visiting this planet for thousands of years. So that's, we have a long history of UFOs, and of course there's been a lot more activity in the last few decades since we invented the atomic bomb, and they're very concerned about that and the fact that we might use it again. And because the whole cosmos is a unity, and it affects not just us, but other people in the cosmos, they're very much afraid that we might be stupid enough to start using atomic weapons again, and this would be very bad for us and for them as well.
So no serious scientist has ever publicly confirmed evidence of an encounter with extraterrestrials. Why would scientists not confirm the facts if they exist?
I'm afraid they must go out of their way not to find, because if they did, you know, even 10% of the amount of research I've done in the last 8 years, they would be as convinced as I am. I mean, they could do it even faster. Might take them a little longer, a military background, but there are so many wonderful books that tell these stories, and they've been authenticated. The sightings have been authenticated by more than one witness, and also by radar, and they have landed in various places around the world, including Russia. There's a famous case there. I can't remember the name of the place, but it was widely reported at the time. A man wrote a book about it, and then the French bought the book rights so that it wouldn't be circulated around. There's just so much evidence. Take the time off to do a little bit of research and study, but people just are, you know, some people are interested and will take the time, and the others just say, oh, you know, it's just fantasy. Mm-hmm. But since I've been public on this subject, I get probably 3 or 4 emails a week from all over the world, from people who have actually witnessed sightings, and some of them who have actually been on the ships, and some of them who have actually been transported to another planet. And so this information is not, you know, it is top secret in a way that the governments aren't talking about it. But if you listen to the whistleblowers and the people who have worked in the industry and who know what is going on, there is just a lot of information out there, and it doesn't take very long to get your hands on it.
But see, the problem is that some people who report UFO sightings and alien abductions have been shown to make things up, and to make things up to be famous, to make money, or just for a prank. How do we tell fiction from a fact?
Well, you have to spend a lot of time trying to find, we used to say, separating the wheat from the chaff, and it takes a lot of effort. When I was minister, I got sighting reports, and when we checked them out, about 80%, about 8 out of 10, were not real. There were sights of Venus or plasma or, you know, a dozen other things, but there were 15 or 20% for which there was no explanation, and they were the genuine unidentified flying objects. These things go way back. One of the conferences I went to was in Las Vegas, was promoted by a chap who had written a book about crashes. And there were dozens and dozens and dozens of them, and many of them very, very well authenticated, so that it would be impossible to read all of that evidence and not to come to the conclusion that these vehicles were real.
Have you ever had your own encounter?
Not an encounter with aliens, no. I have seen a UFO about 120 miles north of Toronto over Lake Muskoka, where I have a cottage. And 2 years ago, last Canadian Thanksgiving, which is October, my wife decided she wanted to go out and look at the stars. So I'm not much of a night man, but I put on my cap and went out with her. And she looked into the eastern sky and said, "There's a star." And I turned around the other way and I said, "Oh, there's a much brighter one over here." And she looked, and it was. And we watched it until our necks almost broke for about 20 minutes. And it was definitely a UFO, because it could change position in the sky by 3 or 4 degrees in 3 or 4 seconds. And I checked out, there were no satellites that could do that. The space station wasn't going by, and it isn't able to move that fast anyway. And there was no other explanation except that it was the real thing. And 2 days later, I went down on the dock, got a comfortable chair, and watched it came back almost to the same spot and entertained me for as long as I could take it. And then I went back to the cottage. But it was very interesting, because it would drop down in the sky and then it would roar back up. and then it would shift across a few degrees and do a circle and come back at a speed, but just astronomical speeds. As you know, they travel very, very fast.
So does it just look like a falling star that falls really quickly and then rises again? What does it look like?
Well, it just looked like a star.
It just looks like a star. Right.
And I don't know if you're a person who has ever read the Bible or not, but I think the Star of Bethlehem is God's flying saucers.
Mm-hmm. But you also tell me that people write you emails, 3 to 5 emails a week, and they've actually been abducted or they have encounters with the aliens. Do they actually tell you what these aliens look like? I mean, everyone's interested. How would I know if I see an alien and if he abducts me?
Well, the first question you have to ask is how many species are there? And I used to think there were, between 2 and 12. And Apollo astronaut Edgar Mitchell, who came to Toronto a few years ago and had dinner with us, agreed there was somewhere between 2 and 12. But the latest reports that I've been getting from various sources are that there are about 80 different species. And some of them look just like us, and they could walk down the street and you wouldn't know if you ran, walked past one. And they're what we call the Nordic blondes, and also the tall whites, who were actually working with the United States Air Force in Nevada. They're able to get away with that. They had a couple of their ladies dressed as nuns went into Las Vegas to shop, and they weren't detected. And I have a friend who saw one of the men walking along the street, and somebody who would recognize that they were different, and he did. So there are those kind, and then there are the short grays, as they're called, and they're the ones that you see in most of the cartoons. They're have very, very slim arms and legs, and they're very short, just a little over 5 feet, and they have a great big torso and a great big head and great big brown eyes. But they're different species, so you have to know that they're different species, and and know that they're all different. Mm-hmm. So if you saw the short grays, you'd certainly know that there was something up that you'd never seen before. But if you saw one of the Nordic blondes, well, you'd probably say, "Oh, I wonder if she's from Denmark or somewhere."
So this species that you're describing, are they all different in terms of nice and mean? Are some of them nice and benevolent? Are others nasty? Or how are they? Are they good to people on Earth, or are they here to harm them?
Well, it's a difficult question to answer because they have different agendas. And maybe all of us on Earth should have the same agenda, but you couldn't say maybe that Russia and China and the United States all had the same agenda at every turn, because they don't. And I would say that nearly all are benign, they're benevolent, they want to help us. There may be 1 or 2 species which do not. And that's one of the things I'm investigating at the moment, is to see who they are and what they're up to and what their agendas really are.
All right, we're talking to Paul Hellyer, former Canadian Minister of Defense, who says extraterrestrial life forms exist and are present on Earth. We'll talk more about what they are and why they're here after a short break. Stay with us. And we're back with Paul Hellyer, former Canadian Minister of Defense, to talk about extraterrestrial life forms. Great to have you back. So these extraterrestrial creatures, where did they come from and how did they get here to Earth?
They come from various places. For a long while, I only knew about ones who came from different star systems. The Pleiades and Reta Reticula and several other star systems, but in the last few months I have met people who have made me aware of that there are some in our star system, and that there are actually extraterrestrials who live on a planet called Andromeda, which is one of the moons of Saturn, and that there are others on Venus and some on Mars. and that they may be interacting between themselves. I suspect that they are, because there is what of these people, and they have rules. For example, one of the rules is that they don't interfere in our affairs unless they're invited to. And that's one of the reasons probably that we haven't seen more of them until very recently. And so
but what do you mean? There are a lot of people who want to interact with them. There are a lot of people who actually want to see them and know who they are. What, they need a special invitation to interact with us? What does it mean? They don't want to interfere into our affairs.
They want to tell us how to run our affairs. They have accepted the fact this is our planet and that we have the right to run it. But they're very, very concerned. They don't think we're good stewards of our planet. We're not. We're clear-cutting our forests, and we're polluting our rivers and our lakes, and we're dumping sewage in the oceans, and we're doing all sorts of things which are not what good stewards of their homes should be doing, and they don't like that, and they've made it very clear. And as a matter of fact, they have given us a warning.
How?
And this has come from more than one source.
How have they made it clear? What have they done?
They have talked to people. One of the chaps I talked to about a month ago was interacting with them in 1974, he and his brother in Peru, and they were taken to Andromeda, teleported, and they were told what the people there think, and that we're really wrecking our planet, and in fact that something dreadful is going to happen to it if we don't smarten up and change our ways. We spend too much time fighting each other, we spend too much money on military expenditures and not enough on feeding the poor and looking after the homeless and the sick, and that we are polluting our waters and our air, and that we're playing around with these exotic weapons, thermonuclear weapons and atomic weapons, which have such a devastating effect both on our Earth and on other areas in the cosmos, and they don't like that. And that's the reason they would like to work with us to teach us better ways, but only, I think, with our consent. And they work through individuals, and they try and pick out individuals who won't be frightened to death of them, because they can give you quite a fright. One of the cases I'm familiar with was the tall whites in Nevada, where the United States airmen working with them, were just frightened to death of them. And one, Charles Hall, rescued the daughter of one of the high-up people in the tall whites, and as a result became very good friends with the mother. And as soon as they could trust each other, they had a wonderful relationship. And he wrote a book about it. It's called Millennial Hospitality. Millennial Hospitality. And it tells you how you go through these stages of being scared out of your wits. But then when you establish a trust and a working relationship, why you can have the same relationship, same kind of relationship that you would have with someone here on Earth.
But here's what I'm thinking. If you're outing their presence, which is clearly not what they want since they're hiding, why aren't they so afraid of, why aren't you afraid of repercussions? Because you're obviously stating that they're here among us, and you're telling me all the species that exist.
They are here among us, and I'm not afraid because in most cases, as far as technology is concerned, they're light years ahead of us, and we have learned a lot of things from them. A lot of the things that we use today, we got from them, lead lights and microchips and Kevlar vests and all sorts of things that we got from their technology, and we could get a lot more too, especially in the fields of medicine and agriculture, if we would go about it peacefully. But I think maybe some of our people are more interested in getting their military technology, and I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong-headed, And that's one of the things that we're going to have to change, because we're going to have to work together.
Talking about
all of us, everywhere on the planet.
You mentioned military technology and swapping technologies and barters between between aliens and people in American government. I want to ask you, as a former Minister of Defense of Canada, is interstellar war a possibility? Should we be creating a Star Wars force to defend ourselves from possible invasion or something like that?
Well, I think it's a possibility, but it's a possibility especially if we shoot down every UFO that comes in our airspace without asking who they are or what they want. And right from the beginning, we started scrambling planes and trying to shoot them down, but their technology was superior enough that we weren't able to get away with it. Certainly not for a long while. And during that period of time, they could have taken us over without any trouble if they'd wanted to. So I think we have to, rather than develop our own Star Wars, Earth Star Wars, to protect ourselves against them, that we should work with the benign species, who are the vast majority, and work together and rely largely on them, of course, and cooperate so that we would be contributing something at the same time. But I don't think there's any point in us developing a galactic force that would tempt us to go out on our own and get into mischief, which is one of the things I think some of them are concerned about.
But what do you expect to happen if people start to believe in alien existence? Because things are definitely going to change. Our lives aren't going to be the same anymore.
Well, I hope that's the case. I hope that's the case, and I'm all for full disclosure, and I'm going to push very hard for full disclosure in the book I'm writing, and to give some reasons for it, things that we really have to know and have a right to know, and that our future as a species, and here I mean, all of the species in the world, are potentially at risk if we don't figure out what's going on and work together to try and make life more amenable for all of us.
But
and to work with our neighbors from other planets as well.
But still, I'm thinking to myself, if they've been here for such a long time, as you say, and they're interested in helping humanity, as you say, why is our world such a mess? I mean, if you want to help someone, you just help someone. You don't wait for someone to invite you to help that someone, no?
Well, it's something that I think parents can sometimes say to their children, this is what you should do. But that doesn't mean the children are going to do it, does it? Because the cosmos is based on free choice. And we're given the option of making mistakes, of making wrong choices. And I guess what bothers some of us is we've made too many wrong choices and not enough right choices. So we're going to have to start switching our priorities and stop spending so much time and effort and weapons to kill each other or to dominate each other, and spending a lot more time on how to help each other to have a better society and life which is healthier, and where the health care is better, and where the food distribution is better, and where the air is cleaner and the water is cleaner, and all of those things that are waiting to be done if we just get together and row, as we say, rowboat, row in the right direction, the same direction. And it's possible, but it's a tall order, and so far we haven't done it. My thesis will be that we have to do it, and we have to start doing it right away.
Thank you so much for this interesting interview and insight on extraterrestrial life. That was Paul Hellyer, former Canadian Minister of Defense. He says aliens exist and live among us on Earth. That's all the time we have for today. I will see you in the next edition of Sophie & Co.
Hello. Former Prime Minister of the Defense Force of Canada, Mr. Paul Hellyer, stated at the Congress that UFOs are as real as airplanes flying over the head. This is a very shocking news, and also he said at least two of them are probably working with U.S. government. I believe other species that I learned about were long ago called tall white. This is the story about it. Thank you.
To speak to a symposium at the University of Toronto, and I said, UFOs are as real as the airplanes flying overhead. On Earth at this present time, and at least two of them probably working with the United States government. The other species that I learned about not too long ago was called the tall whites. To become spiritual beings and practice the one tenet that the world's major religions have in common, and that is the Golden Rule.